Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice and cozy. So congratulations on directing your first episode.
Thank you very much. I'm really excited.
Does that process, the prep process, already start for you? Like, what do you have to do?
I mean, yes and no. I shadowed a lot in season 4, and I really, Tom Cavanaugh in particular has been incredibly generous with me with his time and his support and guidance. And then this summer I did a program led by Warner Brothers specifically for first-time directors. So I did all of those things, and I'm not directing until later in the season, not until episode 18. So still got a little bit more time to learn and absorb as much as I can.
Does it change the way that you approach acting?
I don't know that it. I don't know that it necessarily changes my approach to acting in terms of like my process as an actor, but it is sort of the intersection of art and commerce, and we have to make an hour, a 42-minute television show every 8 to 9 days essentially, and that can be very difficult at times. And I think the more you understand the limitations of our small budget in comparison to a feature and, our time constraints and those sorts of things, I think it, I think it can help you support the show in a different way. I think I'm the only cast member who still watches The Flash, and for me, I do that to learn to understand the show that is being made. So, because it's interesting, I think they've really leaned into the improv and the comedy in the last couple of years, and unless you're watching the show, you don't really know that.
And how about your complicated relationship with Killer Frost? What can you tell us a little bit about that coming up?
I'm excited for season 5 to hopefully, really, we'll get to delve into that a little bit more. Killer Frost disappeared, and I feel like particularly, honestly, all throughout season 4, I don't feel like we really explored who Killer Frost is and how she came to be and what her motives are. And I think by slowing down and rewinding and understanding how she came to be, we'll get to answer some of those questions. So I'm really looking forward to that.
One question.
No, go ahead.
One question I had is, who's Thomas, and what will the journey to find him be like for Caitlin?
I don't think I can answer whose Thomas is. And I'm excited to see what that journey is. For sure, that is the journey that Caitlin's going to go on, is to understand more about all these questions in her past. And I'm excited for that.
It seems that each season, characters who don't have superpowers discover powers about themselves, but then the show makes it an emphasis that the powers are one thing, but a character's personality is what is stronger.
Yeah.
So in terms of personality, who would you say is the strongest superhero in that sense?
The Flash. I mean, he makes the commitment to come back every day and save the city.
Are we going to get more friendship moments like Caitlin and Cisco, or maybe Caitlin and Iris developing more of a friendship?
I hope so. I think the friendship between Caitlin and Cisco is something that I have certainly missed. It's one of my favorites on the show, and personally, I also love working with Carlos, so it would be great if we could get a little bit more of that.
Will Caitlin have a project this season? I know sometimes she's developing new tech or new biotech.
Yeah, I feel like her project this year is herself. I feel like, she's going to get started on understanding what makes her tick. And I think as a doctor, that appeals to her on a, really basic level.
Could her mother come back into play in some ways? That's something you'd like to see happen.
I think so. I think she can, and hopefully she will, because I think, if Caitlin's got questions about her childhood, who better to go to than her mother?
Exactly.
When you're acting with special effects that will
Sure.
be put in that you
Yeah.
usually don't see
Yeah.
in front of you, what is your cornerstone as an actor to keep it grounded in the scene?
It depends. It totally depends. When we act with something like Rod, there's a tennis ball that we're all looking at. To me, it's always interesting when we're all imagining something, and because you never know everybody's probably imagining something different. So it's the special effects. That is, a really impressive part of our show, in my opinion, is they shoot a blank plate, and then all of a sudden it becomes something incredible.
Do you ever get lost in the scene, or does someone, does the director walk you through? What is that process like when you're in that moment?
I think because we've been doing this for almost 100 episodes. I think we know the questions to ask now, and often the director will storyboard a sequence because you have to storyboard it once you know how to shoot it, and two, so they can budget the visual effects. So they have things largely structured prior to when we're shooting there. So I would say at minimum you can look at the storyboards to understand what's coming.
Thank you very much.